Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing super well. It has been a big, long time since I was streaming, doing anything, YouTube, Twitch, pods, anything. It's been a long time. Obviously, you can hear in the background, that is my daughter, everyone knows. So yeah, it's been a very long time since I was doing any streaming. I've just started a new job, which is 9 to 5, which is something I am not used to. Obviously my old cabin crew job was not 9 to 5, that was just whenever. So yeah, I'm not used to this 9 to 5 job, so my life has like been an absolute roller coaster as of late. I have no time to do anything, but we are back and it is for a special occasion. It is Atletico Madrid. Okay, sorry, it's not. It is Manchester City against Atletico Madrid, which is obviously, if everyone doesn't know, is my second team, and it has been for since 2004. So around about, how long is it since 2004? 18 years. So yeah, so it's been a long time, almost as long as I've supported Newcastle. So yes, it's been a very long time. Apologies. So yes, as I said, we are here for Manchester City against Atletico Madrid. Obviously I am donning the famous kit. This is a new kit that I have just got. Well, I haven't just got it, but I was sent it off the lovely JAR Kits. If you want to go and check them out on Twitter, incredible for the occasion. So it is its first outing, and I just hope it is lucky. It's really nice to see everyone and speak to everyone and be back streaming, because, you know, obviously here we are. I don't stream a lot at the moment, but I am trying to hopefully get back into it and do a little bit more once I figure out my life and how not to fall asleep at 7 o'clock after you've done a 9 to 5 job. If anyone knows how to do that, please let me know, because I would love to know. So the match has kicked off. As always, I will always do a little bit of a disclaimer. I'm not going to lie yet, I'm not going to pay for BT Sport because I don't like it. I don't like the commentary on it. I don't like the pundits. They're a little bit better than Sky, but I don't like them still. So I'm not going to pay for BT Sport. So guess what we do? We don't watch it on BT Sport. So I'm not going to tell you how I watch it because that's a little bit cheeky. But I will be a little bit delayed if you are watching it on BT Sport. Me, personally, I will be a few moments behind. I am almost sure. How long I'll be behind is to be decided if someone scores and you let me know before I see it. So just want to put that little disclaimer out there in case you're like, well, she's so late in her replies. So yeah, but as I say, I'm not going to pay for BT when I don't even like it. So here we are. Anyways, the game has kicked off. By my stream, we are 3 minutes 50 in. So if you are watching it on BT Sport, just let me know how far behind I am, please. And TKS, sorry, is that your name? I've got my phone in front of me. TKS99 says, what minute you on? I'm on 4 minutes exactly now. So if you let me know how far behind I am, then that's okay. If you want it in the comments, if we score, if something happens and you want to put it in the comments before I do, or I see it, that's okay. If I think that something is going to happen, I normally don't look at the comments. So that's okay if you want to do that. So apparently, according to the comments, I'm about 1.5 minutes behind. So that is quite a significant delay. But yeah, as I said, I'm not going to like gatekeep the comments. I'm not going to say, oh, don't put it in the comments if somebody scores and I don't know. If it looks like someone's going to press, I normally just don't actually physically look at the comments. So yes. But other than that, let's get this banner edited, because it looks like the last stream I did was Brentford Newcastle, which was a good while ago now, like maybe over a month ago now. So yeah, sorry that, I mean, not that I think anyone will care, but I'm sorry that I haven't been around if you do care. But yeah, as I said, it's just been a little bit hectic for me in terms of life. And yeah, I was actually meant to be, again, everyone will know from my last Atletico stream, I was meant to be at the game again tonight in Manchester. I was really lucky in getting allocation for an away ticket. But sadly, as I've just mentioned, my daughter is ill with chickenpox at the moment. It is rife in the UK, especially in the north. So I could not go. So this is like second time. I'm really hoping to get them to the Madrid derby. Third time lucky, because if I don't, I think I'm going to lose the plot at this point, and just decide that I'm just never meant to see an Atletico game in my whole entire life. So yeah, it is what it is. I've also been fasting during the day. as well, because this is my first Ramadan. So I've been fasting, so I'm a little bit like, my mind's all over the place. I'm not used to fasting. This is something extremely new to me. So I'm just having a sip of juice now and a little bit of a snack. So yeah, a little bit of a wild one, but I'm enjoying it so far. So I'm just having a drink of juice. So if anyone has seen the lineups, I'm not surprised we've gone extremely defensive. In fact, if you look at it in terms of attacking outlets, we actually only have 3 attacking players on the pitch in Griezmann, Joao, and Marcos Llorente. Other than that, everyone is defensive, or a defensive midfielder, because we have Kondogbia playing in midfield with Llorente and Koke, who is also known to drop deep. And we have 5 defenders on the pitch in Renan Lodi, Ronaldo, Felipe, Savic, and Vesalco as well. So I knew we would go a little bit defensive. Diego Simeone loves pragmatic football in a tournament. That is how I like to describe it, not park the bus, not terrorist football. So that is how I like to describe it in terms of football. I think you have the best option of winning a tournament if you play pragmatic football. That is my opinion. So that is where we're at with this. Manchester City's lineup is extremely strange as well. It's not something that we would maybe see in the league unless they were playing maybe in Norwich, someone like that. Joao is on a run right now. It looks like Joao. I don't know if it's Joao or Griezmann, because they look very similar from far away. So yeah. So Man City's lineup is extremely strange. They've got like 3 centre-backs occupying the back 4. So John Stones is playing at right back. And it is Nathan Ake, Laporte, and Cancelo. And then it is Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, and I can't remember who else is in midfield. Rodri, Gundogan, and Kevin De Bruyne. And then up front in the front 3, it looks like Bernardo Silva's a false 9. And it is Mahrez and Sterling, I think. If I can just go off what I remembered. So yeah, a little bit of an odd lineup from them. I'm just hoping it is an over-thoughtful process from Pep, as he usually does. But there is a lot of respect between these managers. They know each other very, very well, obviously just through their playing history. And I believe I think they've played each other before in terms of managers. Manchester City, however, have not played Atletico Madrid before. So this is something new to us. This is a new fixture for us, if you will. So I completely understand, and I'm not annoyed that Cholo has showed up to this wanting a draw. At the very minimum, I'm not bothered about that. I knew that's how he would play, and I knew that that is the way that we would show up to this game, and I'm not surprised at all. So that doesn't bother me. If we can keep the damage to a minimum and hopefully not at all, then that will be a win to me. So I'm not fussed about that whatsoever. But thank you everybody in the comments. I've been rambling on for nearly 10 minutes now. Haven't clicked through any comments. But shout out Beast as well. Beast and me love Joao Felix. He's our star boy. And Beast is on the Joao Felix hype train now. So I hope you are right. Harry Kane has just joined us from a stream I've just come off with Ellie. If you want to go and check that out on Ellie's channel, which is Ellie Helenek. Also, by the way, if you can hear singing, it's Ame. So sorry about that. But he's just come off to say it's Man City 5-1, but we don't believe him. And hi, you like Atletico? Yes, I do. Ame, can you just not sing so loud?
I'm not singing so loud.
I don't think everyone showed up to hear you singing. But yeah, if anyone is new here, and
hello everyone. No, don't push
no, right,
me.
I'm not pushing you. I'm just saying, don't come in. No one wants to see your scary chickenpox face.
Here is a gem that I found on the island.
Thank you.
No, see this. Hello everybody. My name is Kendall, and I found this gem on the island with my daughter. It's probably a good idea. See.
You can tell she watches me stream a lot, right? Yeah. Hello. So I've been told by my 4-year-old, I've been forced and coerced into saying, hello everybody, my name's Kendall and I found this gem on an island. And she's living her life now.
It's not like for seeing.
Yeah, great, thank you. I forgot where I was. Oh yes, if you're new here and don't currently know why I am an Atletico supporter or anything like that, that is because in 2004 I went to a game. My granddad always used to take us to football games when we were on holiday, and I went to an Atletico game while I was on holiday with my granddad, and I absolutely fell in love with Fernando Torres, and the rest is history basically. So I can't remember which way I am. So this is Fernando Torres here. And I've got a few more prints of Torres along here as well. So he's just my number one. He's my number one all-time favourite. So that is why. Here's a little bit of background to me. Big up Ravi as well. Big up Yash. Lovely to see everyone back as well. I love interacting with everyone when they're on streams. And I love speaking to everyone. Liverpool are not my second team. I just used to love Liverpool players when I was younger. Obviously, Torres and Xabi Alonso into my top 5 of all-time favourite players. So that's why, but Liverpool aren't my favourite team. They never will be. I'll never have another favourite in the Premier League. So yeah, I'm glad to know that a couple of people agree that the pundits are not good on BT. No offence to BT. But they just need like pundits like Amazon. Amazon just blow everybody out the water for pundits. Even when I watch like La Liga TV and even like, I mean, I know I shouldn't say this because a lot of Newcastle fans won't like it and stuff, but even beIN, like there's a lot of great pundits on beIN as well. Or at least the commentary is really good. So yeah, sorry, there's so many comments I can't even get to them. They just keep going down. Will Jimenez be back for the second leg? We are not sure how extensive his injury is. He came off against Alaves, Deportivo Alaves at the weekend. If you like my little Spanish accent there. So yeah, he came off at the weekend, and we're not sure how extensive his injury is. Obviously, the second leg is a couple of weeks away, so maybe he'll be back then. I'm hoping so anyway. But yeah, so it's a Man City corner currently. I'm on 13 minutes 20, so I'm a little bit behind. So poor corner, well defended from us. If you are watching this, and this is probably maybe one of your first times watching Atleti, or you don't watch us on a regular occasion, this is how we tend to attack these games. Oh yeah, she does. This is how we tend to attack these games. So don't be surprised that we are playing like 9 men behind the ball at all times. That is kind of how we end up playing against teams like this. So that doesn't surprise me. My only worry with that is when we consistently do this and we consistently have to defend a press, we get a little bit complacent, especially players like Felipe, because if anyone knows me on social media for a while, I am not even going to say what I think about Felipe because people will know. So yeah, players like Felipe get a little bit complacent. And when Oblak is facing shots, obviously you cannot save every single shot. It is very unlikely. So yeah, it's a little bit of a worry when we are doing this, but I knew that is how we would appear anyway, if that makes sense. So it doesn't shock me or surprise me. Somebody did ask to be modded, so I will just do that from here now. So let me just do that, guys. Do you know what? You know how long I've been using Twitch, right? Since January. Not very often, right? And I mean, not very often, but I have used it since January, and I still don't know how to work it. I'm like still just quite baffled in terms of how to work it. I don't even know what to do or how to do it. So it is what it is at this point. You're just gonna have to bear with me. So, but I will try and mod whoever wants to be modded in the comments. Obviously this Alan's just put weekend as a Macam. That, to be fair, that banner makes it look like I'm wearing red and white stripes, to be fair. So I really need to move my hair so you can actually see that it is Atletico and not Sunderland. So yeah. But I'm just really going into this tie. I think it'll be a tactical matchup in terms of we will cancel the attack out with our defensiveness. So it's going to be quite interesting in terms of seeing how we play against each other, especially when the managers have played each other before, but we haven't played in terms of the teams. So it'll be very interesting to see how we approach this. I don't genuinely even know how to open the chat. I will go try and mod when I get on here, but I just still don't know how to do it.
Look at me. I cannot see.
So let's read a couple of these comments. Oblak is definitely not overrated. Who is better than him? So he hasn't had his best season, I must admit, in Oblak, but that is unfortunate because he has been a little bit. The defence in front of him hasn't been as solid as it has been in previous seasons. We've had significant amount of injuries over the last year, especially defensively. So we haven't had a real, a strong defence and a trustworthy defence, and I think it's made him lack significantly as well. So I don't blame him necessarily, but I just hope he picks up soon. He is still an incredible shot stopper, and he has one of the highest save rates of any goalkeeper. So yeah. There's not really. I don't think he's overrated at all. I just think he's having a poor season, and really a poor season by his behalf is actually not poor at all. It's probably better than a lot of goalkeepers in Europe specifically. So, yeah, I don't agree with necessarily. I think Edison and Alisson are both better than Oblak. As a general rule, maybe this season I don't watch Courtois like that significantly. Maybe this season De Gea has, but I don't think in general that he is. But everyone's allowed their opinions. Do you know what I mean? That is not an issue. But Man City are just on the attack here again. Oh my goodness. Oblak had to think extremely quickly and jump on top of the ball because Gundogan was very, very close. Yes, they can hear because they can hear you because someone in the comment is saying loving the sound of the supporter. So they can hear you actually. Shout out Trills as well, and shout out everyone else in the comments. I can't actually get to everyone at the moment, but thank you so much. Thoughts on Newcastle summer plans? I don't know what we're going to do in the summer because realistically there hasn't been any strong links as of yet. It has been said today that Sven Botman, who was probably our main target, looks like he's going to join AC Milan. Now, whether that's significantly true or not, I don't know. We could maybe be also talking to him at a point. I genuinely have no idea. I think we were there a few weeks ago watching his game against Chelsea. So we are obviously still in contact, but obviously everyone takes what Fabrizio says as gold dust. So, and that's fair enough. So, yeah, I am not sure what we're going to do in the summer at all, really, at this point. But we are very clear and obvious that we are desperate for some forwards. I think we need a winger and a striker at least, maybe two. So, yeah, we will see. We will see. And Paul says, big up, am I fighting the chickenpox? Yeah, she's handling it pretty well, to be fair. Doing okay, but chickenpox is brutal, man. You don't realise when you've had it as a kid, and obviously when you're a parent, chickenpox is brutal. It's actually horrible. But yeah, she's handled it very, very well, and I've got to work from home for the last 2 days. So yeah. Shout out everyone in the comments. I really appreciate you tuning in, especially when I am so inconsistent with streaming, and you know, I struggle a lot with the consistency now, especially that I'm back to work. It's bloody mad. It's absolutely mad being back at work. But hope everyone is good. Probably get this question a lot. I do get this question a lot, but I'm happy to answer it every single time. Who would you support if Newcastle played Atleti in the Champions League? It would be Newcastle every single time. Newcastle are my team. I wouldn't say I follow Atleti in terms of like as much as I do Newcastle, because I don't. Obviously, I'm a season ticket holder at Newcastle, and I've supported Newcastle since the day I was born. Not really, but you know what I mean. All of my life, and it would always be Newcastle every single time. Not even a hesitation. I wouldn't even sit there and say, I want it to be a draw. I wouldn't. I would want Newcastle to win, and I would want them to smash Atleti as well. So apparently Liverpool are winning as well against Benfica. David T has asked Torres or Shearer. It is Torres because Torres is my number one. Not because I think Torres is a better striker, because I don't. I think Shearer is the all-time the best striker the Premier League's ever seen. I think Thierry Henry is the greatest player. But I think it would always be Torres because Torres is literally my number one. Anyone who knows Torres is. Oh God, sorry. There was just a over the bar shot from Gundogan. It wasn't even anywhere near, but I got worried. So yeah. Do you stream on Newcastle games? If I'm not at the away games, I stream in the away games usually. I'm very glad I didn't stream Tottenham at the weekend because it was my mum's birthday, so I couldn't. I'm very glad I didn't anyway because that was an absolutely pathetic game. So let's not even speak about that. Static, shout out you as well. Hey, can this been too long? I hope everything is well with you. Good luck to Atleti for tonight. Thank you so much, Static. And yes, I know it's been too long. And again, I'm sorry about that. If anyone cares. But yeah, hopefully once I figure out a work-life balance, I can do a little bit more streaming. Need academy investments too in Newcastle in 5 years would be scary. Yeah, our academy is very poor. And unfortunately, we just haven't had the investment and the care from our previous owner to care about the Newcastle Academy. We sold all of our grassroots club contracts to Chelsea and Liverpool. So a little bit sad, really. But we are on the rebound here. There's no one for Joao across that too. I was going to say if he gets that ball over, it'll be a miracle. But extremely well defended from Cancelo there. And what can you do at that point? But that was an impressive press from us. Also, I'm not being funny, and I know obviously Rodri used to play for us and stuff, but I always get mixed up. I think they look very, very similar. But yeah. And everyone's saying Torres over Shearer. That's just me because Torres is my number one. I don't think he's a better striker than Shearer at all. I think Shearer's miles ahead of Torres, but just in terms of favourites, Torres is my number one. So that should not, realistically at this point, that should not shock anybody in this world, especially if you know me. That should not shock anyone. Because again, as I said, Torres is literally the reason why I follow Atleti. So yeah. At one point as well, I really thought that Torres was going to come at Newcastle under Rafa Benitez, and that would have been my utter life dream made. My second life dream is that Torres manages Atleti, which I think will happen. But I genuinely actually thought it was really going to happen in Rafa's last years. So yeah. Go back through the comments. Just a little bit playing in the middle of the park at the moment. 26 minutes in. Yeah, I'm really gutted I couldn't go to the match, but obviously chickenpox comes first, sadly. But I will get to the Madrid derby. I am praying I get to the Madrid derby because that is the third time I have needed to attend a game and haven't been able. That will be the third time I couldn't attend a game. So yeah, hopefully. Just hoping for a Joao Felix masterclass tonight, and we will see. This St. Max a better BBS. I think that. Sorry, we're just on the attack, but it was a really poor pass. I think it was from Joao. Very poor pass and well intercepted. Yeah, the ASM news that apparently we will be looking to move him on in the summer with Wolves and Everton interested. That makes me think it's bullshit already. But yeah, I think the news is one of three things. I think it's either his agent trying to get more money, or him and his agent trying to get more money in the contract, because he did just sign a long-term contract till 2026 last year, or it is true. And in that case, if it is true, we've just got to trust that the ownership know what they're doing, that they have identified a target that is a little bit more consistent. Despite the fact I'll be so sad to lose Maxi, I would be absolutely gutted. I think he's an incredible footballer. Just his consistency is very fairly questioned at the moment. But I still would be absolutely gutted to leave him because I think he has bags of talent. And the other thing it could be is, as he said, utter crap. Which, judging by the outlet, is 90-minute football. It is not the most reliable source. They are known to clickbait. They are known to say very wild things for clicks that are wildly untrue. So because of that, it has not been reported by anybody else really of any reliability. So that leads me to believe it is probably largely untrue. But I'm sure we will see when it comes to the summer. I think there'll be some very some transfers that shock people. I think there'll be some exciting transfers. With the way the COVID market has made everything and the way football is heading, I think we're going to see a lot more free transfers going on in the next few years, because players are now, like Tammy Abraham, for example, he is smashing it at Serie A, but so did Lukaku, got a £100 million move, and look what happened. I think that the market is going to make massive unwavering changes between the top teams and the bottom teams, if that makes sense. I think there's going to be a huge gap in the next few years. And because of that, we will see a lot more free transfers because clubs just won't be able to afford to pay, and the market will have to change. So I think we'll see a lot of wild transfers in the summer and very exciting ones as well. Shout out Prince Teddy as well. If you are here, Prince Teddy, like he always does, he normally puts the lineups in the chat, but he has just joined. So don't worry if you haven't. Felix has been good lately. I think he doesn't suit Atleti's system, but he's world class on his day. Actually, you say that, and I always kind of counteract that a lot, because we at Atleti, especially under Cholo, have had some incredible forwards. So I don't really know how we can say it doesn't suit a system in a system that produces world-class forwards. And probably in terms of like what's the word, like in a small amount, like there's a word for like how many in a small amount. We have produced like an abundance of world-class forwards. So I don't think you can necessarily say it's a system that's a problem. And he is consistent. The problem is with Joao is that he hasn't been consistent for the past 2 years, because he's been nursing an injury that he had since Benfica, and it was only rehabilitated in the summer of last year. So actually he hasn't really been playing at his best because he's been injured, and it has been a heavy injury that has only recently been rehabilitated. He also played on a broken foot for 6 months, which we absolutely do not want anybody to see that. So he just hasn't had a consistent one on the team, and now he is getting a consistent one on the team, and he is starting. He's shown what he can do. So yeah, I don't think it's a system problem. It's just things outside of that that have just made it impossible for him to have a consistent and non-injured run in the team, if that makes sense. So Prince Teddy, as he always does us a huge favour. Manchester City start in 11, so I'll leave that on the screen for a short while. He always does us a huge favour, does Prince Teddy. Again, very strange lineup in my opinion. And the Atletico lineup, which I did mention earlier on the stream, but if you haven't joined, it is there for you now to see for yourself. So by my stream, we are now 39 minutes. No, we're not. We are 29 minutes in. Nearly 30 minutes. So we will see how the rest of the game goes. Now my little thing is buffering and being stupid at the worst time, which always happens. This is the problem when you use streams and not watch on a TV channel. Felix is playing well in spite of the system. He still should leave to further his career. It depends. I think he's got all the bags of talent to start for pretty much most teams in the world. So it wouldn't be surprising if he did go somewhere and looked really, really good. But I don't think it would be to further his career at all. He's playing Champions League football. He's one of the best teams in La Liga. And he's got an incredible manager. Very long range shot, but went straight to Oblak from Kevin De Bruyne there. He's got one of the best managers in the world in Diego Simeone. So yeah, maybe you want him to be in a pep team that only attacks, which I get that. Atleti don't do that. We attack as much as we defend now. But other than that, I still think he's incredible, and he'll just look special in any team regardless. And I hope he does not leave. And if he ever came to the Prem and it wasn't Newcastle, then I would hate it, and he wouldn't be my star boy anymore. Call me flip-flop all you want. I'm not going to support a player from another team in the Premier League. it is what it is at this point. Okay. I'm not going to follow him like I do now. And I'll still love him. Like, I love Saka and stuff, but he will not be my star by now. I'll have to find a new one. Carlos Martin will be my new one. Who has just signed a contract extension as well. So, ASM out, J-Link's in. Oh, I wouldn't say that's a like for like at all. I mean, I wouldn't mind Jesse Lingard, but yeah, I don't think it's I don't think that's a good replacement. As I've said, I don't want anyone to be surprised that we have come here to defend. That is exactly what we've shown up to do. We haven't come to play lovely tiki-taka attacking football. It's not happening, especially away from home in the first leg. We're not going to do that. So for anyone here who is surprised, that's on you, because I did warn you guys. We would not come to play attractive attack on football. We do not do that, especially against teams like Man City. It is going to be 8 men behind the ball at all times and Griezmann and Felix on the attack, and that is it. That is it. Prince Teddy, you used to be my favourite. Now you are not, because this is wildly untrue. Wildly untrue. And for everyone who hates defensive football, you don't like football. That is my opinion. You don't appreciate tactics. You don't appreciate that some football teams have to defend. You don't appreciate going into a game with tactics. And that is me. That is my lovely opinion. So, all your football haters in the comments, I'm watching. I'm watching you. Do you think team might go for Paqueta from Lyon to play with Bruno? I hope they do. That would be incredible. I hope they do. Maybe Bruno, they're proper best friends. So I hope that they do, because Paqueta, however, I still don't know how to say his name, is an absolutely incredible footballer. So yeah, I hope we do, because that would be just incredible. Yeah, just put, I know how you spell it. I just don't know how you physically say it. If it's Paqueta, apparently. Paqueta. Okay, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. You just know, if you watch my streams, I always make sure that I actually happen to, I want to pronounce people's names right, so I always double check. Also, that is absolutely a foul on Joao Felix there by De Bruyne. I've just literally called it the end of the stream, so I don't know if it's been given. Vamos, absolutely vamos for Atleti. Someone asked me further up in the comments. I did see, am I Spanish? I'm not at all, actually. I wish I was. I love Spanish culture. I always have done since I was younger. It's always been a dream of mine to live in Spain, and I have taught myself Spanish. So, yeah, I love Spain. I love Spanish culture. I love Spanish food. I love Spanish music. The language is amazing. But yeah, sadly, I'm not Spanish. I wish I was. Possession stats have just appeared there, and it is 71% to Man City and 29% to Atleti. 5 total attempts for Man City and none for Atleti. Now, that does not shock me. Actually, at the moment, the game plan is working. So, yeah, it is what it is at this point. Anyone who's not, as I've said, anyone who's not enjoying doesn't like football. This is how football is sometimes. This is how football has to be played sometimes, guys. And if you want to go and tune into Liverpool and watch an easy win, then that's up to you, isn't it? So you can go and do that, but I know you just won't. Ravi says that Liverpool are actually 2-0 up, and yeah, Prince Teddy has just come in there. 2-0 to Mane. What we will do is we will put a little ticker on the bottom of the screen. Are Benfica at home today, or is it at Liverpool? Actually, I'm genuinely so far behind. I don't even know what's going on at the moment. Oh yeah, I think Benfica are at home, aren't they? Because I'm pretty sure I saw someone say that on Twitter. So yeah. So let's put that score out there. I feel like every time I look at the stream, All Black is holding the ball. I'm so mad. But yeah. Otamendi and Vertonghen are Benfica centre-halves. Now, I mean, if that is not an aging centre-half partnership, what is? Because I'm pretty sure both of them are at least 35 years old, if not older. Which is mad. Absolutely mad. And in fact, I'm pretty sure they both still get into their national teams as well. I'm pretty sure they do, if I am not mistaken. To be fair, I quite like Benfica's squad though. Like, I like Porto's squad as well. And I think that, you know, like in football, we go through cycles. So, like, early 2000s, it was Brazilian players who were always the best. And then we went to mid-2000s, 2010-ish, and it was like Spanish players. And then now we're kind of at a... and then it was French players. And now we're kind of at a level where it's young Portuguese players are now the kind of sought after party, if you will. So I think we go through stages in terms of like a group and like the opacity of where you get players from. Actually, it's 2022 services. I know we have Brazilians. That's stupid. But I'm just saying in terms of like the like a close pool of players and who are like, if you look at Portugal's squad, they're exceptional all around, whereas Brazil have a really good squad, but they've just had to rebuild again lately. And so yeah, if you know what I mean, it's like kind of Portuguese are like the sought after players now, if that makes sense. And Jack Ramsey says he's just sitting here smiling that he's taken 4 points off City this season without conceding the goal. Big up Pat Vieira. Now let's talk about Crystal Palace for a little while there's a little break. Crystal Palace are incredible. Like, what an exciting time to be Crystal Palace, by the way. Like, they've got a great young squad, like incredible talent in terms of players. If they get Conor Gallagher, they will be laughing, like on a permanent, they'll be laughing. Patrick Vieira is a young black manager that we don't see in the Premier League. Like, and if we do, it's very rare. I think Darren Moore, Nuno, if you want to class that. It's something that we don't see. So the representation that he's given and the job that he's doing is incredible, like genuinely incredible. And honestly, what an exciting time to be a Crystal Palace fan. They just had a really amazing new training facility built. And yeah, I genuinely like Crystal Palace are going to be probably amazing soon. So I mean, they are really good now. But yeah, he's doing a brilliant job. And the funny thing was, he was tipped to be sacked first when he took the job. So yeah, doing absolutely incredible. Doctor says keep Ossel Maxi. As I've tried actually on Twitter all day, but people just got my words misconstrued, which is no surprise. I would rather sell him. I'd rather keep him if we're going to get players that are going to complement him. I don't want the team to be built around him though, because I think at the moment he has not shown anything in terms of being so far above everybody else in the team that we need to build around him. I just think we need to build with him, if that makes sense. We need to get players that he can use as an outlet. I really genuinely thought that him and Bruno would link up pretty well. So I'm hoping to see that maybe capitalise on that a little bit more. Oblak just had got the ball again. So I would rather keep him and build with him and see if he can, come into the team and be super consistent. I think he needs a consistent season where he's got minimal injuries, because he just normally get a lot of impact injuries because he's fouled a lot, which makes sense. As you see with a lot of players who are silky and skillful like that, they do get fouled a lot. And yeah, I would rather keep him. But if a club is going to come in and offer 50 million, and if a club is going to... Yeah, 1 second. If a club is going to come in and offer 50 million for him, and the recruitment is going to be someone more consistent and of a better level, then I'm not going to say no. And that's just my opinion. That's just me coming from a football point of view. I would hate to lose him, don't get me wrong, and I would be upset regardless. But if that's going to be the case, I don't think it should be an issue, really, if that makes sense. Let me just see. This was a penalty shout, but Kevin De Bruyne just like kind of fell over himself, really. I don't think that was a penalty at all. PSG could buy him. Yes, they could, but I don't think he's going to go to PSG. He wouldn't even get in the team, in my opinion. So apparently Wolves and Everton are interested. So that makes me think it's BS already, because Everton, what? That's all I'm going to say on that. Wolves, he would kind of be their Adama replacement, if that kind of makes sense. But again, I don't think that he would be a start for Wolves either. Jack Yessa is my little one. You can hear she's got chicken pox at the moment. So I've been working from home and she's been at school. Oh, well, I'm super sorry, Emma. Again, another question is why I support Atleti. Went to a game when I was 9 years old. Loved Torres, so followed them ever since. And here we are. I'm 27 now, so 18 years later. I think my maths was wrong there. But yeah, 18 years later, I still follow them. So yeah, that is why. So we're coming up to half time here. Really happy that it's gone at the moment. I'm not going to jinx it. Really happy with the scoreline currently. Again, as I've said, I knew we were going to come into this game and we wouldn't have, we wouldn't be attacking, we wouldn't be pressing, we wouldn't be trying to score a goal first. I knew that that's what would happen. And I was thinking that maybe we would tactically counteract each other in terms of, because we play defensively and Man City play pressing football, but cannot generally play against a low block team. So yeah, I'm really happy with the scoreline at the moment. So just coming in the second half, we might change our game plan a little bit, and maybe put a Griezmann and Joao Felix outline a little bit more, but we will see. Jack Ramsey says that he thinks that we're playing for a draw. We absolutely are playing for a draw. I think that has been the game plan all along, because he will want to go all out when we play at the Wanda Metropolitano. I'm not entirely sure why John Stones has just tried like a strange shot from outside the box there, but he just hooked straight over the bar. So yeah, we absolutely are playing for the draw. It's kind of damage limitation or no damage at all at this point, so it doesn't shock me at all. Again, we have to remember that Manchester City also have Liverpool at the weekend, which in my opinion is a title deciding game. So I think he'll want us. That's why most of his attackers are on the bench. I don't think he thinks that.
When am I going to be back at school?
Not for a while, because it's Easter holidays.
Mum, when he asked me, I was crying because.
Yeah, I think Pep is obviously wanting to kind of save his attackers for that game. He will not use Phil Foden and Jack Grealish, etc., if he doesn't need to in this game. I also think that, I did say on Ellie's channel earlier, I think that he knows that we were going to show up here and defend. So he has thought to himself, there's absolutely no point in putting every single attacker on the pitch when they're going to defend anyway, because you're just going to fatigue the attackers that you need for the weekend. So he is probably going to be looking now, even at the second leg himself, in Pep. He's got to be looking at the second leg and thinking that we're going to attack more, so we're going to be a little bit more open, and maybe that's when he will utilise his attackers more. But for Pep, really, at this point, I think the league is more in his hands, if that makes sense. And this game this weekend will be super important. So that's my opinion anyway, and why it is the way that it is, and why we have played the way that we've played. So it's now half-time in the game, and it is 0-0. I'm so glad that we've got that game 0-0 at half-time. I'm really, really impressed. The game plan has worked up till now, and we've just got to keep on top of that. I hope that we don't have to defend that hard in the second half like that, because then we will make mistakes. We will get complacent. We will switch off. You cannot stay at the intensity of how we have defended there for 90 minutes. It is impossible. So I really hope second half we maybe switch the game plan a little bit, maybe try and attack a little bit more, be a little bit more brave. But at the moment, the game plan has worked, and Cholo's tactics have worked for 45 minutes. So what is going to happen in the second half is a different story. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. But more of the same. The game plan's working, the tactics are working, and we did exactly what I thought we would, which is a surprise, because normally Cholo likes to sprinkle a little surprise in there, a little bit of a shock. So we'll see what happens second half. To be honest, we've got people out injured at the moment, and I can't remember who was even on the bench. So let's have a look to see like who will bring on second half. Obviously Suarez will be on there. Yeah, so there's Rodrigo de Paul to bring on as well in midfield if we want to go more attacking. So you could see him maybe replace the likes of Kondogbia, or Koke. There's Luis Suarez there. Angel Correa is there to come on in terms of attackers. Thomas Lamarck will come on in midfield. It is nice to see that Daniel Vaz is back at right back. He is on the bench. If anyone doesn't know, we bought Daniel Vaz from Valencia for a Trippier replacement, and in 2 games he did his ligaments. So that was January. So he is now just come back, and we are only in the beginning of April. So that was a great signing. In hindsight, obviously there's Matías Cunha as well, and we do have some defenders on the bench in the likes of Mario Hermoso. I would not personally choose to put him on at any stage, but if we are going to get fatigued and our defenders are going to get fatigued, it will make sense to put him on there. And we have Javi Serrano, who is a young athletic player. We have Carlos Vieira as well, and Silva, who are young players. So we will see. The problem is, if we make any changes at halftime, Manchester City also have amazing quality to bring off the bench in Phil Foden, in Fernandinho, in Jack Grealish, Gabriel Jesus. So a little bit of a worry. I don't know how this next half's going to go, as I've said. We just cannot keep that intensity of defending for any more amount of time than that. Pep probably knows that. So we will see. Now, Fierce Freddy, is this XG here? Like, I must admit, I genuinely don't even know what XG does. I know it's expected goals, but I don't even know how you, like, calculate it. I don't know what it means. Like, honestly, I'm still so, like, I'm so behind when it comes to XG and stuff like that. Yes, there's low-key Wan-Bissaka suits Atleti. I'll believe you. But yeah, can you play wing back? We see if like wing backs. But yeah, a little bit. I'm worried going at the second half now because the game plans work too well, and normally we never make it this easy. We always make it hard for ourselves, so a little bit worrying. Prince Teddy says he would love to see Felix in Arsenal colours. Absolutely not. The only red and white he's going to be in is Atleti. Okay. That is how it's going to work, okay? That is, I'm not having it, right? He's only going to be in red and white if it's Atleti, and if he's not going to be in red and white, he's going to be in black and white in Newcastle, right? That's it. That's it. I don't want to see him at another Premier League club. I would probably cry. Like, I would genuinely cry. As I've said, I don't think we're obviously going to buy him because that's silly. Why would we go in our first 3 years of FFP decide that we were going to spend 300 million on a player? It's just not going to happen. So yeah, I would love to see him at Newcastle, but I don't think it's going to happen. Freddy says City haven't had a clear-cut chance, hence why their XG is low. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. They've had a few chances, but yeah, they haven't had one on target yet, as far as I know. So yeah. How you doing, Dawn? To shout out you as well. I hope you're really well. I'm doing good, thank you, and I hope you are too. Go and check out Dawn's content if you can as well. Robert says Emerson Royale is at Atletico type back. Now that I can see, I think Emerson Royale in the Premier League is not good. Hence why I was so angry against Tottenham for Newcastle the other day because he scored, and I was like, what the hell? Him, Matt Doherty, and Ben Davies scored against us. Like, that's how poor we were at the weekend. But yeah, I can kind of see where you're coming from, Robert, with that pick, 100%. Prince Eddie says, expected goals measures the quality of a chance by calculating the likelihood that it will be scored from a particular position on the pitch during a particular phase of play. Now, that is the best, I'm pointing this way, I meant this way, that is the best way I have ever seen that described. Every time I've tried to research it before, I've not understood it, like, at all. So that is the best way I've seen it described. So thank you so much for that, Teddy. It actually genuinely makes so much more sense right now. Minimotions put up here, shocking football from Atletico. Actually, if you really look at it, tactically, it's not shocking. It's worked extremely well. They've counteracted every City chance, and it has worked. So in my opinion, it's not shocking football. It's just not exciting football. That's the difference. It's not bad football. It's good football. Good tactical football. You know how I ride out for Cholo, so whatever people say, I'm just going to say it. Say the opposite. But in my opinion, it's not bad football. It's just not exciting. And it's worked up to now. So I'll take that. Yeah, literally, they're 3 worst players. 100%. In fact, let's not even speak about it because it's actually really wound me up. Not as much as the Everton loss wound me up, though, because all my days, it is that Everton loss is it still goes around my brain, you know. I can't stand it. If we've kept them up, I'll just never forgive us. Low block of 10. Freddie says it ain't tactical, but so what is it then? If it's not tactically matching City in terms of not allowing them to score, which is exactly what our tactics have gone into the game to do, of course it's tactical. The tactics are working. That is how Simeone plays football in tournaments. He plays pragmatic football. So it just is what it is. It's not exciting to watch at the best of times. We have been a little bit more exciting in the last 2 seasons, but especially in a tournament, it's not an exciting watch. That's just how he plays in the tournaments. I don't think he will ever change. He doesn't need to. He has won everything apart from the Champions League that he can win at a club. So it's worked for him. It's just not exciting to watch if you don't support us, which I do get. I genuinely get that notion that it's not exciting, it's not fun. But it is what it is at this point. You've just got to take it, especially as an Atleti fan. We understand and we kind of take it, and that's why I back Cholo a lot. So yeah. Manchester City attempted close to 400 passes.
I want to hold Blossy.
No, because he'll probably bite you. See?
No, I didn't hold him.
Prince Teddy, this is so rude. Stop doing this. Stop. It is so rude.
Rude to me. He's so rude.
Anywho, just trying to get my cat not to kill my daughter. I really don't like Simeone Ball, but need you man to go through from a Chelsea fan. I think everyone probably wants us to go through because they think it might be okay to play us. But I'm pretty sure nobody wants to play that Simeone Ball because it's really hard to play against. So yeah, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to do that.
I'm going to kill him if he's going to kill me.
I mean, please don't do that. No wonder he bites you. Don't do that to him. Oh, shout out Rabbi Kendall. I think your daughter Kendall, she's cool like you. She's literally so much cooler than me. It's actually sad. She's so much funnier than me. She's so much funnier than me. Can I get boys crouching on the BT Liverpool game? Oh goodness me, that is. I don't mind Peter Crouch to be fair, but Michael Owen, I can't even stand to listen to him for 5 minutes. So I'm glad I'm not listening to the ridiculous commentary from Michael Owen. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, it looks super funny. Because Michael Owen, if you want to go and listen to Michael Owen and have absolute wild philosophical gems, like if the other team had scored more, they would have won. You go and do that, and I hope you enjoy that. But it's just not something I enjoy, realistically. Oh, Newcastle legend. What's the villain? Is probably a better word. He's horrible, rude, and disrespectful, and he will never be a Newcastle legend. Even though he was our highest transfer till Bruno. Well, no, till Joe Linton. So bit mad. Fair enough, I would hate my team to play Atleti, but City is worse. It probably is, because again, if defense is not your strongest point as a team, then you would hate to play City, which I do get that. Taha says Michael Owen's got the football knowledge of a 5-year-old goldfish. I think that is actually rude to the goldfish, because in all fairness, I think my daughter, who is 4-year-old, probably has a better insight of Michael Owen. Everyone is tagging me. I can't read anything that anyone's sending me on Twitter because it's going a little bit mad at the moment. So I can't do it. But this is so exciting. How are you? I'm good, thank you, and I hope you are as well. Big Owen and Big Shola. Shola Amayobi, that is a Newcastle legend. Although in his later years he defended. Great news. in his later years, he defended Mike Ashley, which I was never happy about. And now he's doing some very silly, mad things as our academy loanee manager. So, yeah, I don't know what he's doing at the moment. But don't call him the Mackham Slayer for no reason, because he always used to score against Sunderland. See, and if you want to go and listen to Michael Owen on the Liverpool game and you wouldn't like to listen to my wonderful insight and you would rather hear things like, I love you, babe, and you would rather hear things like football is a game of two halves, please go ahead and watch Michael Owen. And as Jacob says,
show the diamond.
Yes, we've shown them the diamond already. You have defended well, though. City have dominated all game. 100%, Jacob. We've defended really well. That was the tactic. We did not come into this to play press and attack on football. We just didn't do it, and I know we didn't. Especially looking at the lineup, we only had 3 attacker-minded players on the pitch. So I knew we didn't come into to attack, and I'm happy with it. I'm okay with it, as long as we keep up that and we keep defending the low block. How did Madrid win the game? We keep doing what we're doing, and in my opinion, we put another basically attacker-minded player on, so that we can utilise a counter-attack better, because I don't think we've done that well enough in the first half. We haven't really attacked at all. Apart from the chance that maybe Joao Felix couldn't cross the ball in the box, we haven't really attacked at all. So, yeah, that's what in my opinion, I think that's what we should do. So we really need like a ball playing midfielder in terms of like a Rodrigo de Paul on there, a Thomas Lemar, to see what we will do. But as I've said, we can't keep up this intensity of defending for 90 minutes. It's impossible. Nobody's mind or brain is programmed to deal with that amount of attempts, that amount of passes in 90 minutes. It's just impossible. So yeah, maybe need to utilise the press a little bit better and the counter a little bit better. So I'm assuming it'll be coming up to the second half now. So let's go back to the game, and hopefully, if this ends 1-1, like I'm not even joking, I will be over the moon, like literally over the moon. And shout out Straw as well. He's my absolute favourite person in the world. To Paul to come on and nick a 1-0 win. Happy days for ATLETICO for Sunday. That is what you need. So Straw is a Liverpool fan. So that is what he needs. But that might be a problem with Straw, because then like they might be like, oh, right, we need to go and win the league now because of Champions League. So, I don't know. I want to win just to annoy them a little bit. But I haven't predicted an Atleti win at all, because I just don't think it's like that likely. As anyone knows, I'm quite realistic. I don't like to be delusional. So yeah, a little worried. Little bit worried. I'm nervous for the second half, I'm not gonna lie. The nerves are starting to kick in now. Just a little bit worrying. Pierre says he would love to see Atletico win this game. Thank you. I hope. And Jacob says Liverpool beats it on Sunday. I think so as well. I think they will. Oh my god, I've just seen the best Pep meme. I need a screenshot. I love Pep memes. You know, when he's sitting in the Newcastle chair, he's like, when Steve Bruce's Newcastle's beating them 1-0. He's just doing the funniest face there. He's like, but I'm sure he does stuff for the camera, you know. I genuinely think that he does stuff for the camera, like he looks worried for like no reason. I don't think he's worried at all, to be honest. He probably literally expected this. He would have expected us to defend, hence why he hasn't played every single attacker that he's got, because he doesn't need to. It would just fatigue them before the game at the end. So yeah, it's a little bit mad. Last time, can I propose the idea of being opposite the football curse, call it the football gutter? Only talking about bottom half teams because I said Martin. Jack, that is incredible. If you want to start a podcast called that, shout me. We will do it. We'll do it. That is such a good idea. Although you guys bloody aren't bottom half, but you know what I mean. Do you miss Trippy at Atletico? Absolutely. Our playing out from the back options are extremely limited now, hence why we haven't attacked so much. And this is always why everyone used to get really like shocked at me when I used to say who I would like from Atletico in terms of Newcastle. It was always Trippier. And you've seen I know he's injured now at the moment, obviously, but you see the difference that he made at Newcastle. And yeah, it's just a little bit mad at the moment. Everyone can see chickenpox now. So yeah, that's why I always said I want to chip in. If you watch how we play now, it's significantly different to last season. We don't have that option out from the back anymore because we don't really have a right back there, and Vasalco can't play out from the back like that. So it is what it is. Excuse me. It looks like Pep and Simeone have on the same goal. They probably do. Big puffer jacket. Do Puma make Man City's? I was going to say Nike make Atleti's, but that smells really nice, actually, Emma. I was going to say maybe it's the same coat, but obviously it can't be if Puma make Man City's kits. Am I happy with Madrid's single play? I don't think. Oh my God, Man City, Man City. Oh, went wide. Oh God, dear Lord. I'm having a coronary. I don't think we really had much link-up play. I'm going to be honest, Ravi. Haven't pressed much at all, especially in the first half. Maybe we'll do something in the second half, but I don't know. Can't really say anything because we haven't really done anything like that. Okay. We're on a run here. Is that Griezmann or Joao Felix?
We're on the camera.
It's Griezmann. Oh, very poor pass. Oh, couldn't keep it in. Griezmann went on an immense run there, intercepting the ball, bounded forward, but it was a horrible pass, and just couldn't keep it in. Just couldn't keep it in. He did so well there as well. The pass was so poor.
What's going on, Mom?
Griezmann didn't do anything.
What?
Griezmann made a bad pass.
What do you mean?
What do we say for Atleti?
Oh,
Atleti, yeah. But we playing and we're not winning at the moment. Leave that alone, please.
Why are we not winning?
Would you actually?
I'm going to leave this.
Okay. Would you actually do that podcast? I'd 100% do it. Maybe YouTube do it. I would 100% do that podcast. That would be sick. There's always like I think it's like a Twitter account.
If that happened.
Would you? Oh dear.
I wish I could.
There's like the other 14, like a Twitter account that posts like stats and stuff from the other 14 teams, which I always thought was quite cool.
I never met no one.
But 2016 Griezmann, yeah. Griezmann 2016 was immense. Then Barcelona just kind of fell off a little bit, Barca. And Champions League Griezmann, though, and League Griezmann are two very different things, if you haven't noticed. They're very different. He always shows up in Champions League for some reason, but in the league, his form's not that great. We are playing a little bit higher, which is good to see. Oh, so unlucky. I thought he kept the ball in. Really thought Griezmann kept the ball in there. But it's gone back to City and they're playing out from the back once again, which I think City are incredible at doing. And we have sadly dispersed a little bit once again. LS Sports TV says, hi, I think it's Nippon. I hope you're okay, Nippon. Please check out Nippon's content as well if you can. Yeah, this half is, oh God, I'm worried, now. I might have seen a bit calm earlier, but because I was calm, but like, it's because I'm not confident and I don't think we're going to, I'm not expecting us to win, if that makes sense. So I was calm, but now I'm like, oh, don't want to lose. Marcus Llorente should have done better. Yeah, I think so. Marcus Llorente fell off a bit. He was like my favourite player last season. And he has fell off a little bit this season. But I think everybody has the standards just haven't been the same at all this season. Oh, good crossing from City there, but we defended that very well. He says he's supporting Atletico now. I'm glad to see that we've influenced you, Freddie. We are finally playing football. This is what I wanted. It is now 2-1 Benfica and Liverpool. Oh, go on. Oh, no. Oh. I'm assuming that's what you meant. If Freddie in Juventus would have done better. I thought you meant prior at keeping the ball in. Oh, how have we missed that? We've missed a chance. Atleti missed a chance. Ugh. More of that. More of that. Go out and attack. They are not expecting it. They cannot handle it. Oh, that's a stupid pass. What a horrible pass. Oh, my goodness me. See, now the stress starts because I can see what we can do and we just aren't choosing to do it, and that's frustrating. I need to change this banner as well. I got a bit distracted. See, this is when the stress starts. I'm going to go quiet now. So, what to the game? Where are you? Yes, Jack, please DM me about it. Instagram, Twitter, however you want. Please do. Who's Jack? Jack's my friend off YouTube. But you've got an absolutely incredible idea here, Jack. I love it. It can rival the Big Six. So yeah, let's do it. Message me about it.
Beautiful rainbow that you can see.
See, Freddie, oh, you're so bad. You're one of them football fans. You have to watch exciting football all the time. I obviously don't like exciting football.
Here you go, Ellie. One for you.
Ellie's not here. Please excuse the state of the scarecrow that's just appeared on the stream by the... Obviously, she's not very well. So, so it is a Man City free kick. I don't want to look at the comments in case something's happened. Just bear with me while I watch this. Bear with me.
Mom, can you use them headphones in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
I want to use your headphones, Mom.
Okay.
When can I use them?
Hurry up and take the free kick. It's make me nervous.
Mom, when can I...
Oh my God, how long are they taking it to take this free kick? It's driving me wild.
Mom,
Oh, that was a very silly free kick. What was that about? And now they've got another one because they've got Lodgy foul on the edge of the box. Why?
Mom, when can I have your headphones?
After the stream, darling. Why did we do that?
How long
A
is
free
it
kick,
gonna take?
a pure free kick, and just give away another one on the edge of the box. It's very
How long is it
stupid,
gonna take,
man.
Mom? How long is it going to take to...
Like 40 minutes.
That long?
No.
Quick.
Quick.
Super quick.
Super quick.
Quicker than an egg that drops.
Quicker than an egg that drops.
Like this.
So, City have got another free kick. Obviously, again, I am behind. So, if it's gone in or whatever, I won't know. I don't like to look at the comments at this point in case it does go in. So, let me just... Don't know if De Bruyne is going to do it or they're going to do another crossover. Oh, God, I'm nervous. Can't breathe. Literally having cardiac arrest. Football is not healthy for me to use. It's really not healthy. Oh my God, Oblak.
What's going on?
Oh.
Mom, what?
Yes. Thank you so much, Jan Oblak. Oh my God, that is Jan Oblak at his best.
Mom, what's going on?
Oh, we saved the goal.
Who did it?
Atleti.
Yay!
Yay!
How did he do that?
Because he's a good goalkeeper.
Making a pancake.
I think we've got a little Atleti fan on our hands, you know. I hope. I don't mind that. Don't mind that. And as Freddie says, no way goals are silly. I agree, because it's completely took out the competitive element. Because if you obviously watching our games now, we're playing for a draw. You know what I mean? And I don't mind that, because as I've said, we normally do play pragmatic football and stuff in tournaments. So I don't mind it if that's going to be the tactics. But it does take that little bit of a competitive element away, because teams are going to want to win at home. So completely agree with you there, Freddie. Is Maxi available for the weekend? Yes, I think so. He didn't get injured or anything in the Tottenham game. He just didn't play well, but nobody did. So yeah, I think he's available. Wouldn't see why not. Nippon says he feels better today after Arsenal losing last night in spectacular fashion. Kind of the therapy I needed after Saturday. Yeah, the Arsenal game was specifically, I wouldn't say entertaining, no. Crystal Palace played extremely well. They were brilliant. As they have been this season, they've been extremely well, and I really enjoy watching them play. They're probably one of the teams that I actually enjoy watching play in terms of football the most in the league. Oh, no. Oh, passed across goal. Oh, dear God, I'm so worried. Literally stressed to the max. Apparently we're making 3 subs. I'm impressed that we're making so many at the same time. That's good. I'm glad. I think we've now seen that we could maybe win this, or at least try and do something. Obviously, I have not seen the changes that we're going to make. Okay, so it looks like Matheus Cunha, Rodrigo De Paul, and Angel Correa. So it's all attacking changes. Now, who he brings off is a different story, because I think Joao Felix and Griezmann have played well. So if he's going to put 2 attackers on, he's probably going to take the 2 attackers off, really. So I don't know what he's going to do here. And then I think he's probably going to change Kondogbia for Rodrigo De Paul. So City are going to... What was that, sorry? Going to score. I hope not. Before we make the changes, I would not like that. They're pressing with a little bit more intensity this half, despite the fact that they did press a lot first half. The intensity and the kind of goal threat was not massive. But unfortunately, they are pressing with a little bit more intensity and a little bit more accuracy this half, which is worrying. So, Freddie has said Koke has come off, so I'm assuming that is a De Paul change. Because Correa and Cunha can't play in midfield. Unless he drops somebody back. He might do that. I don't know. Oh, so Griezmann's come off. Apparently, Freddie's saying Griezmann come off. I'm behind, so I don't know who's coming off or what's happening at the moment. I would not have took Griezmann off. That's a little bit weird to me, because I think he is now just going at the game. And yes, I would agree, Pierre. However, now I'm looking at it, it's a little bit concerning how intense Man City are attacking now, which I'm a little bit confused at now. So yes, I would have done that initially. I would have only made 2 changes though, and it would have been an attacker-minded change, and it would have been Rodrigo De Paul as well. So this 3 change is I'm a little bit confused. And now Jan Oblak is captain. So that is Koke off for De Paul. I said it would be Koke or Kondo. It is now going to be an attacking 3, if that makes sense.
Mom, I need a pan.
You need a pan?
Yeah.
Are you cooking something? So that is Griezmann off for Angel Correa. And Marcos Llorente. To be fair, I don't think Marcos Llorente's had a great game. And he probably should have scored for Cunha. So we are leaving Joao Felix on, which is good news, because he's the most creative. Him and Correa might link up nicely. Yes, just one, please. Don't make a big loud noise. The Griezmann sub was a little bit confusing because I think he grew into the game there and he was actually trying to show some attacking prowess, like he normally does in the Champions League. So a little bit weird that he took him off, but in Cholo we trust. We've got to trust him. And to be fair to him, he has got more attacker minded, which is all we can ask for at this point. Shout out Villa boys as well. I hope you are well.
Love you, Mum.
I love you, Emma. If you look at total attempts as well, we've actually both only had 1 attempt on target, despite the fact that Man City have actually had 9 total attempts. So, you know, it's not too bad. I don't mind that situation at all, really. So let's see how the rest of the game goes. We are now 61 minutes in. There's 29 minutes of pure stress. If I'm like this now, what am I going to be like when we actually play a second leg? Oh my God, I'm going to be absolutely losing my mind. Literally losing me. Oh, Man City just crossed the ball in there, but it went wide and out from Kevin De Bruyne. I seen a really weird take the other day. I can't remember who it was now, but it was on Twitter, and they were saying that Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the world. I was like, really? That's a weird take to me. I don't think he's the best player in the world. Do you? Let me know if you think that he is, because I personally do not think he's the best player in the world. But I don't even know really who is the best player in the world at the moment. Because I'm pretty sure people, I'm pretty sure people would argue Salah. I'm pretty sure people would argue maybe Benzema. I'm pretty sure they would argue Mbappe. I'm pretty sure they would argue other players that I haven't thought of at the top of my head. But yeah, I didn't think Kevin De Bruyne was the best player in the world. I must admit. But again, opinions. Oh, there's little Dr. Ortega. He is the team's fitness coach. He has been with Simeone for a lot of years. Professor Ortega. Little man looks like Einstein. Jack says technically he's one of the best, but just not so much flair. That's obviously Kevin De Bruyne. I agree with that. Technically, I think he's very, very good. Robert says that KDB has been a bit poor the last 2 seasons and Kane has been much better than him. Yes, I think 3 seasons ago, Kevin De Bruyne was at the best that he has been. But yeah, I genuinely agree. Agree with Pierre as well. I think KDB is world class and not the best player in the world. High tech thinks that Mbappe is the best player in the world at the moment. And Fierce Freddy says that KDB is criminally overrated. Now, I don't think he's overrated in terms of what he can do, right? I just think he's... What's the word? Like, he's seen in, like PFA Player of the Year, right? When he wasn't the Player of the Year. And I just was like, he always gets named, stuff like that. And that's what I never understand. But Man City corner. Oh no! Oh my God! Header went over the bar. Laporte header went over the bar. Oh my days! Honestly, the stress is too much. The stress is getting worse. I'm itching. I'm nervous. Knocking me bloody glass over. What is going on?
You knocked it over. What?
No, I haven't actually knocked it over, but
that was a joke, was it?
It was an exaggeration. Okay, now we've got the ball. Press better. A little bit. The stupid, horrible pass. Rodrigo de Paul's passing is just, at times. Even in the league, he's passing at times. It's like so annoying. He's got all the skill sets in the world, right? Of everything he needs in a midfielder. And he does silly things. And by the way, Freddie shouting Kondogbia. I love Kondogbia. I literally love Kondogbia. He's one of my favourite players this season. Oh, horrible cross again.
He's attacking me.
Right, we'll leave him alone, please.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
And Freddie says that Ford and Grealish and Jesus come on. Great news. That's the last thing that I wanted to hear. The very, very last thing I wanted to hear. Obviously I'm not drinking. I'm starting to wish that this was a drink. I'm not worried, not stressed. Oh. Not good to be a football fan, guys. If you don't like football, I am jealous. I'm very jealous. Wood's the best for his one league goal. Yeah. The less we see on Chris Wood, the better. I was backing him, all the way, and I was saying, like, he does influence games despite the fact he doesn't score, like, whatever. But, yeah. To be fair, I'm not too bothered about it because realistically, probably in the summer, like, we're not gonna need him. So, like, let's be honest. So he's going to be moved on pretty quickly, in my opinion. So I'm not too worried. And it hasn't really, like, done anything. Him and Weghorst, who everyone was saying is so much better than him for Burnley, have both only scored 1 goal. So I'm really not too bothered at the moment. So 66 minutes gone now. 66 minutes gone. You need a better stick than that, darling. You need, like, a long stick. Try Blossom's toys.
What toy?
The stick. Check out Dom's content as well, which is #9talk Newcastle fan. When's my invite? You know what? I never have anyone on my channel, to be honest. I find it, like, I can't explain it, right? I love going on people's podcasts, but I find it cringy asking people to come on podcasts. Okay, good. I find it, like, cringy. Like, I hate saying to someone, like, oh, do you want to come on a podcast? Like, I get, like, proper, like, secondhand embarrassment. I don't even know why. Like, I'm so weird when it comes to stuff like that. I'm always so anxious for stuff. But City are about to make their changes. Obviously, Foden, Grealish, and Gabriel Jesus, they have made attacking changes, quality attacking changes at that.
Can I lie? Not lying.
I need to laugh at this as well because Alan St-Maximin has not worn Gucci headbands taped over for years to not get a Gucci sponsorship before Jack Grealish. I am so upset for him. I can't believe this. Honestly, I can't believe it. It's so sad. Jack Grealish is stealing Alan St-Maximin's floor. It's poor. It's poor from Jack Grealish. No, you wouldn't turn that down, would you? Like, you just literally wouldn't. DePaul is shocking. Oh, he's really not been good, this season. It's actually a bit frustrating because when we signed him, I was buzzing, like 35 million. He was absolutely incredible. Like, before we signed him, and it's just, like, frustrating. Like, when you watch him, it's, like, so annoying. But Dom, you're welcome to come on anytime if I do Newcastle streams, or if you just want to hop on anytime, please let me know. It's not that I'm, like, embarrassed to ask you or whatever. It's just in general, like, I always worry about stuff. Jack's promoting our podcast that hasn't happened yet already. What's happening, people? Welcome to the More Than Just Six podcast. I'm joined today by a lovely Kendall. Love that intro. Go ahead, Jack. I will hop on anytime you like me to. Absolutely. And Pierre says, you'd love to make an appearance on my podcast. Guys, if anyone wants to come on here and saves me asking, just drop me a message. You're more than happy to come on a podcast with me. Genuinely more than happy. But I don't know, I always get cringed out asking people. I don't know, it's always like a nervous thing. I make myself nervous, I don't know why. Is that a DePaul yellow card already when he's just come on? God's sake, yous. Lovely. But City on the attack again here. Kevin De Bruyne has scored. That's because I spoke about him, isn't it? That's because I said he wasn't the best in the world, isn't it? I should have just kept quiet. Should have just kept bloody quiet. There's my Juju. Weren't again. Stupid idiot me. I should have said he was fantastic and then he might have had an absolute stinker. Oh, I've put 1-0 Atletico and it's not. It's 1-0 Man City. Oops. Well, that's a mood killer, isn't it, guys? Well, for me it is anyways. It was coming, to be fair. I said the changes I was a little bit confused at. I'm glad we made attacking changes, but here we are. That's why he's the best in the world. I still don't think he's the best in the world. I stand by that for the rest of my life. And now I hate him even more. Maybe we might attack now. We've always prided ourselves that Athletic DNA is to be the underdogs, is to fight back from you know, being 1-0 down, being the worst team. It's always the DNA to fight back. So I'm just hoping that we tap into that a little bit more. I don't know. A little bit annoying. Yeah, it's a bit annoying. I get nervous myself when it comes to asking people. Yeah, you know what? I completely understand Pierre. Like 100%, I get it. I'm always nervous. Super nervous. Anywho, 20 minutes to go. Let's go. We can do this. Come on. Do you know what, guys? I should just not say things about Peter, shouldn't I? Because you know, if you follow me on Twitter, my juju is silly. Like, I will say someone is so crap and they'll win. Or they'll, like, score an unbelievable goal. Like, I said it about Firmino once. I feel like it was in, like, Copa America. And I said, oh, he's so bad. Like, Brazil needed to change and they bring on Firmino. And then he went and scored the winner. Oh, and, like, I just do it all the time. Like, I don't know why I do that. I should just not speak about players. Because every single time I do it, the opposite happens. I need to sort my life out, honestly, use. I need to sort my life out and just stop speaking about players. Oh, shout out to Sophie as well. Please go and check out Sophie's content. Arsenal fan, she does lots of content. Please go and check her out. She's the loveliest soul. I'm okay, Sophie, and I hope you are too. Just a little bit annoyed at this game at the moment, but it is what it is. Vamos Atleti. Like 30 minutes to go to get something out of the game. A 1-0 loss is like not the worst thing that I've ever seen, if that makes sense. It's not like the worst thing in planet Earth. We can go at the wonder with a 1-0 loss behind us, and it's not the worst thing. But just the way Man City are attacking, we will be lucky if it's 1-0. Pep looked so stressed. What the hell? Why did he chuck his water bottle all around? Calm down. Simeone got to you that much. We've completely, like, lost that now. Completely lost that element of link up, that little bit of link up play that we showed after the beginning of the second half. De Paul is not that answer, you know. To be fair, I said to bring him on, which, like, I kind of wanted at the time. But when I watch him, every time I watch him, he's just not good. I can't even remember him having a really good game this season. To be fair, if I'm wrong, then fair enough. But it's just, yeah, just not good. I do love Pep. I think he's probably the best manager in the world at the moment, and has been for some time, but not when he's against my teams. Not when he's against my teams, ever. I don't want that. In fact, I think we still have Man City to play as well in terms of the league in Newcastle, so that's going to go well, isn't it? Man City brought on the attacking players, and they are just, like, consistently pressing and attacking now, and that was my worry. I said, didn't I, earlier? I didn't want them to attack with this much intensity because we will switch off. The changes haven't been great. However, they are probably changes that I personally would have made. I wouldn't have made the 3. I would have made 2. And seeing where the game had gone after that, I wouldn't have took Griezmann off because he was going into the game. But it is what it is at this point. Nothing we can do about the changes. They've been made. We cannot change it. And unfortunately, that is just the way that it is. Freddie says, why wasn't Juventus hooked? He was, I think. I'm sure he came off for Cunha or Correa. And then Koke came off for De Paul, and Griezmann came off for the other Koke or Cunha. But unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. Subs just haven't worked at all at the moment. I love Nathan Ake, by the way. I actually went to Newcastle to sign him, to be fair. Hasn't had much to do today, though, really. So can't even say if he's a decent defender or not yet. Our passing is absolutely embarrassingly bad. I cannot explain how bad this passing is from us. I've seen passing from us at times that is bad, right? Like very bad. But this today, oh my goodness, it is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I don't even know what to say at this point. Put the ball out for Man City throw-ins all the time, man. Look at it. It must have hit off a Man City play last, so we've got this on, but we're just getting annihilated now. Absolutely nutmegged. This is hard watch now, man. Absolute hard watch now. Kondogbia fouled again. I'm not sure that was a foul. If it was a soft one. But if we've gotten it, then all right. Not going to complain at that. Rodri always gets a yellow card every game, doesn't he? Every game I watch Man City play, I feel like Rodri gets a yellow card. We've got a free kick, but it's way too far away at this point. I won't watch the comments in case you tell us what happened. Awful free kick. Absolutely embarrassingly bad. I don't even know who took that. That was a horrible free kick, that. Got another Atleti throw-in. 78 minutes down. 12 minutes to do something. As I've said, 1-0 is not the worst result in the world. But I could have... 0-0 was better. Obviously, Michael Owen. 0-0 was definitely better. Really good ball there. Well kept by us. Oh, the cross is horrible, man. Stop crossing like that. It's starting to get on my nerves. It's actually really starting to frustrate the life out of us. I'm going to end up shouting. Kondogbia's being fouled again. I actually can't deal. He's going to end up getting injured. If we put one more crossing like that, I'm just going to switch the stream off. Because what is the actual point? I can't stand it. Like, we literally don't have anyone across the ball. Obviously, Carrasco's suspended. He can't play. He's the only one that can cross a bloody ball at this point. My God, honestly. We've completed 183 passes to Man City's 531. I'd say I'm surprised, but honestly, at this point, I'm not surprised. Like, at all, I'm not surprised. We seem to be getting in the game more, but come on, man. Pass the ball better. Man City too tight on us at the moment. Right, someone needs to help. Why are we not reading the game and getting in that gap there? Oh, come on. Oh, no. Ah. I literally just want to smash everything up now. My stages of football watching is calm, mellow, excited, nervous, angry, extremely annoyed, shouty. That's how I get in games, especially athletic games, because we just make things so hard for ourselves. I'm not going to speak on any more players because just what is the point? Stevie, that's another good question. Would Saul have helped this year, or was it better he wasn't there? I wouldn't say it's better he wasn't there, but he just kind of wasn't getting into the team. He didn't have a specific role. He didn't have a specific position because we bought players that had specific roles, and he's more of a utility midfielder. But I still think we could have done with him because we've had so many injuries. We still could have done with him and could have kept him. But yeah, he hasn't lit it up at Chelsea, and I don't think anyone's going to be in for him. So I think he's going to be at Atleti for a little while yet. I'm glad about it. I like Saul. He's just not made for the Premier League, which I did say when he was going to go on loan. To be honest, I thought he would have gone at Liverpool, and I think he maybe would have suited Liverpool a little bit more. But yeah. Oh, no. Oh, goodness me. Great defender from us there. Bloody hell. Phil Foden is such a special talent, man. Such a special talent. Absolutely waltzing past. Guess who? Felipe. No surprise. The second half so frustrating because you saw how we played the first half. The tactics were right. They were great. They worked. It's just frustrating to watch like second half and just capitulate like that. It's just so frustrating and so annoying. And second half we played right into Pep's hands, and I think that's what's frustrated me even more. And now they've took. Oh, do you know what? They've took Felix off now. I'm fuming. Yous. Absolutely raging. Where's our creativity going to come from now? Thomas Lemar. Do you know what? I don't even mind Lemar. At the best times, I think he's all right. But, like, just blow my neck, man. Could you be bothered? Like, literally, could you be bothered? Our passing's embarrassing, man. I can pass a ball more accurate and better than that. Obviously, I can't because I'm not a professional footballer, but you know what I mean? I think Kondogbia's had a good game. I thought Felix had an okay game. I thought Griezmann was okay before he got hooked. I think Oblak's had an incredible game. Rodrigo de Paul is horrendous. Felipe is horrendous. Savic is horrendous. Anyone else you want me to mention at this point? Oh, now everyone that's like, that was having a go at me and I backed Cholo and I backed Simeone and stuff. Oh, everyone's just going to be loving the lies now and I can't even bother. I might just go to bed and stay off Twitter because I'm back at work tomorrow. So I might just stay off. Six-ish minutes to go. Not that we're going to do anything because we haven't done anything all game, so no surprise. Who's Pep Guardiola fighting? Angel Correa. Go on, punch his little baldy head off. Go on. What's Jack Grealish doing, this stupid little mess? Thinks he's hardcore when he literally got done in by 5'1" Correa. Get out of my face, you little freak. Vasalko didn't even do anything to him, like. And he's holding his face. Oh my God, use the ball hit off his face. Get it. Oh, knock some sense in me, maybe. Imagine getting done in by a 5'1" Correa. That is absolutely hilarious. Hilarious. Also, why did Nathan Ake try and look past? Who is he? Luis Diaz? Calm down. Anyways, as I've said, if this ends 1-0, I won't actually be too mad at that, you know. I genuinely won't be too mad at that because we'll just be all up for it at the Wanda. So, I don't mind it, really. Thomas Lemar's on the attack here, it looks like. There's no one there to help him, though. 5 City players around him. He's had to drag it back. He's just been dispossessed. I knew that was going to happen. He either had to drag it back or he had to bound forward. And unfortunately, he got dispossessed. Which, okay. Nay bother. Why is Gabriel Jesus kicking off? Like, what? Why has he just had a yellow card? Who had a yellow card? Jesus. Why was he proper kicking off there? I can't hear what's going on, obviously, because I don't have a sound on. So I can't hear what's going on. Gabriel Jesus always looks like, I don't know, like he always looks angry and upset. He's always like, he really looks like someone, I think. His head, like his face is like right in like the center of his head, if that makes sense. Like his features. Anyways, 3 minutes to go. Not that we're going to do anything. Otherwise, we would have done it by now, lol. Oh my God, Thomas Lemar heading to Man City, man. Come on, basic things. Basic things. But as I said, I'm genuinely not too upset if this is the end result. I'm just not upset at all. Nippon's asking who my man of the match is. For me, it would be Kevin De Bruyne, probably. But if you're asking for an Atleti man of the match, or Black, I guess. We've offered very little, apart from those 10 minutes where Griezmann and Felix looked like they were actually pressing. We haven't offered much. First half went well. It tactically went blah. Passing, man. Are you seeing it? Are you lot? Are you actually seeing it? Because I don't know if I'm just being stupid or not, but can we not string a pass together or what? Can we not pass? I genuinely, I can't stand it any longer. I literally can't watch this passing. It's awful. It's really awful. It's actually, for a team that has just won the league last year, it is embarrassing in the quarter-final of a Champions League to come and play like that and not pass. It's absolutely embarrassing, to be honest. And that's the only word I can feel to describe it. Bloody embarrassing. We keep heading the... Oh, my God, I'm going to go off it in a minute. We keep touching the ball and heading it to them. Why? Why? Basic things of football. They can't even do it properly. You know, people say, you don't like football. You know what? I don't. I mustn't like football because how can I sit and watch this all the time? This in Newcastle. How can I sit and watch it? In fact, Newcastle's better to watch than Atleti at the moment. That's not even a lie, genuinely. At least we can pass the ball.
Mom, it doesn't do this anymore.
Just wait. It might just have frozen, darling. That's not me crying in the background. I could cry at the moment. It's Peppa Pig. I am going to turn it off because it doesn't need to be on.
No, Mom.
Thank you so much for staying with me, guys. I really do appreciate it. We've had some good regular viewers and some good chat. Coming up to we're coming up to full time anyway, so there's not really much more point in messing about. There's only bring it here. Let me have a look. The game is probably going to end at 1-0 at this point.
Okay, I'm done it,
Mom. And as I've said, I'm not too angry at that result. Like, that result isn't bothering me. Like I said, it was damage limitation. If that was the case, we've limited the damage pretty well, in my opinion. Especially how intensely they've pressed. Like, I'm really glad, especially the first time, how we played. But the passing's been shambolic. The crossing's been shambolic. First touches have been...
Easter, Mom.
Yeah, it's nearly Easter. The crosses and the first touches have been embarrassingly bad. And that's what's making me angry at the moment. It's like literally stressing me out. Because why are you coming to Europe? I mean, another stream in Europe. I'm reading the comments at the same time. Not another stream, another team in Europe. Thank you, Stephen, as well. I really, really appreciate it. Why are you coming to another club in Europe, one of the best clubs in Europe, the best teams in Europe, and playing like that? It's horrible. It's embarrassing. Also, Jack Grealish, why are you jumping on the floor like that? I don't watch Man City much anymore because they mostly always win, so I find it boring. However, does anyone watch Man City regularly? Does Jack Grealish do that a lot? Does he flop to the floor a lot like that for no reason? I know it's like a myth that he does, but I don't watch him that much to think he does that. But I'm watching this game and I'm like, what the hell? Like, he is literally on the floor all of the time for no reason. And I wouldn't care. He doesn't need to be like that. Do you know what I mean? He just doesn't need to be. He's a good player. He's got enough talent. He doesn't need to drop to the floor for silly fouls. Although he has just given one away. On career as well, funnily enough. I think he kicked Jack Grealish. Oh, he landed on Vasalico pretty heavy, to be fair. Yeah, but as Nippon says, it is only one goal lead. This is what I mean. I'm not too bothered about the result. The result isn't bothering me. It's other things that are the issue, like the passing, the crossing is just not good, and that's what's bothering me. But going to the Wonder, with a one goal deficit, if you will, it's not bothering me too much. And someone has just said it is 3-1 to Liverpool now. I would have maybe gave Benfica, if it had stayed at 2-1, Benfica would have had a little bit more of a chance. However, I think that tie is probably done. And and it probably is. Liverpool probably will be in the semi-finals of the Champions League this year. And Rod says he agrees as well. Liverpool will be in the semi-finals. I did think they would be anyway, to be fair. I don't watch Benfica or Portuguese football a lot to know how they play or give a comprehensive opinion. But I do like Portuguese footballers. Angel Correa, I thought he did pretty well against Ake there. But Ake defended pretty well as well. We really need to go into this game at the Wanda with a completely different mindset and a different game plan. We cannot park the bus at home. We really need to be a little bit more risky, a little bit more brave. Because as you saw, when we were brave and we did bound forward, we had some decent chances. Juventus should have done better. And that's probably going to... Great. That is probably going to sit with him and sit with the team. And Simeone, because he does mull over things like that. And that's a little bit frustrating. But, look, it is what it is at this point. I think it's full time because I'm now 91 and a half minutes in. So I'm assuming it's full time now. And it is Manchester City 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Again, I'm not too fussed with the result. I'm okay with going with a one goal down. Damage limitation at home. I think we've done very well to play it away and only be 1-0, especially with how intense they've pressed, how well they've played, how poor we've played. In terms of attacking wise, I think defensively we've done okay. But I think we've done all right. And as I said, I'm not too bothered about the result. I think the result is okay. Something is going on between, I don't know who, between Thomas Lemar and Edison, or Cunha and Edison, who are teammates for Brazil. So I don't know what's happening there. I didn't see it, to be honest. I think it was actually John Stones and Cunha who were arguing. So yeah, it is full time now, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with me. It's been a rough ride. But again, I'm not too bothered about the result. I think first half tactics worked really, really well. Second half, we just sadly dropped the ball a little bit and complacency got in the way. We deserved that result in terms of losing. I think 1-0 made sense. So going at the Wanda, I'm not too fussed about a 1 goal deficit. I think we will change game plans coming to the home leg, and hopefully, do a little bit better. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's been so nice to speak to everyone again. Really, really nice. I love chatting with you all, so thank you for staying with me. I'm hoping to do a little bit more content. I think I say this every stream and I go missing for like 3 weeks, but I really am hoping to do a little bit more content once I get like a schedule figured out, like a schedule after work or weekends or whatever. Obviously, Newcastle play on Friday night at home, so I will not be doing a watch along or anything like that for Newcastle because I will be there. Praying for a win because that Tottenham loss was not it. But again, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I really, really hope everyone has a great, great week, and I will see you on the next stream.